Hey, I'm Fucci and welcome to Tiny Kitchen Big Taste. Today's show, we'll bowl you over with Big Taste. We're making a grain bowl. Now this is no ordinary grain bowl. This is a flavor-filled, protein-packed grain bowl that just happens to be topped with my favorite, a fried egg. The harvest has arrived, so get ready to bring it. So what you're gonna need is farro, cannellini beans, purple kale, cherry tomatoes, avocado oil, ghee, salt, garlic powder, red pepper flakes, cumin, and an egg. You'll also need a frying pan with a lid, a spatula, tongs, and a sharp knife. A couple years ago, I was out to lunch with a buddy of mine and he was like, hey, the grain bowls are really good here. I'm like, what? The rainbows are really good here? Ooh, what does that even mean? He's like, no. Grain bowls. I had never heard of a grain bowl at that time, and so I looked at it on the menu and one thing just jumped out at me. It said fried egg. I was like, I'm in. It turned out to be one of the best lunches I have ever had, and so since that time I have tried a ton of different varieties, from breakfast grain bowls to dinner grain bowls, and it really just all boils down to 4 simple steps. First, you pick a grain. Second, you pick a topping. Third, you pick a protein, and fourth, you pick a dressing. So, let's pick a grain. Today we are using farro. This is a whole grain of wheat, but if you do have a wheat intolerance, you can substitute something else like rice or quinoa, or if you want to make a breakfast bowl, maybe some oats. Second, let's pick some toppings. First, we're going to use some cherry tomatoes. We're going to blister these, and second, we're going to use this beautiful purple kale. Now, it's got a little bit sweeter taste than a traditional kale. I describe it as if purple cabbage and kale had a baby, this would be it. Really easy to prepare. We're just gonna cut off a few of the leaves. You could actually snap these off with your fingers. And then for some of the larger leaves, I'm just gonna cut them in half. And then we'll transfer that to our plate. 3, pick a protein. Well, today we are using cannellini beans, but you can choose any type of protein that you like. If you're making a breakfast bowl, maybe some sausage or bacon, or if you're doing a dinner bowl, maybe some grilled chicken or some barbecue. That would be really good. And fourth, pick a dressing. Well, today we are using the egg. Now we are gonna make this sunny side up so that when you crack that yolk, it's gonna ooze down into the grain bowl, creating just an incredible flavor. But really, you could use any type of dressing that you like. Maybe a basil vinaigrette would go great with this. Really, the possibilities are endless. Well, I'm gonna crack our egg. And at this point, we can take everything back to the stove. So we've got a frying pan over medium heat. I'm gonna add some avocado oil and throw in our tomatoes. We're gonna blister these tomatoes at a higher heat. That's why I'm using the avocado oil. It has a higher smoke point, so you don't have to worry about it burning. Once they start to blister and split, I'm gonna add our kale and our cannellini beans. Now I like to keep them separate in the pan so that we can organize them at the end and make a really pretty grain bowl. I'm going to drizzle a little bit more oil onto the kale. And we can season this with a little bit of salt and some garlic powder and some cumin. And then we're going to continue to cook this until the kale starts to wilt. Wow, look at that great purple color. We can actually take it off and we'll just transfer this to a plate. So I just rinsed out our frying pan, dried it off with some paper towels. We've got it over medium heat. I'm gonna add just a little bit of ghee. Ghee is actually just clarified butter. So if you were to melt butter, the milk solids fall to the bottom. And then if you were to remove those, you would have clarified butter. So when you remove the milk solids, which are the things that actually burn in butter, it gives butter a higher smoke point, but you also get that great buttery flavor. So it's great for frying eggs. Now we're just gonna throw our egg in there. And I'm going to season the egg with just a little bit of salt and some red pepper flakes. And then I'm going to cover it up. And we're going to cook this until the white of the egg is nice and firm, and then we'll plate it up. So check this out. Have you seen anything more gorgeous in all your life? The purple and the red, it's just amazing. Now we put the farro on the bottom and then just put our toppings on top. We've got this sunny side up egg. Oh, that's perfect. We'll just mix it in. It's going to create a great dressing. Hey, go get the recipe for this. It's available on our website. You can also check us out at Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. And when you try this, please let us know about it in the comments below, and don't forget to subscribe. Until next time, I'm Fucci reminding you that if I can make a grain bowl in a kitchen this tiny, You can make it in yours. We'll see you next time on Tiny Kitchen. Big taste. Oh, that is superb. So good. So good. So I was out to a lunch. That really sums up the day. Pick a protein. No, pick a grain. Pick your nose. Pick something.